ready to unlock some serious English skills, like right from your couch.
From the couch, the kitchen, even the bathroom, I'd say.
Exactly. Today's deep dive is all about making English practice, well, part of your everyday life. We're taking all the practical tips and tricks from effective ways to practice English at home.
Ah, that guide is a gold mine.
It really is. And honestly, who doesn't love a good life hack?
Yeah.
Especially one that leads to, better English.
Yeah.
Okay, so one theme that really jumped out at me was this whole idea of just making English like a natural part of your day.
Yeah, weaving it into your routine.
Yeah. It sounds almost too good to be true.
It might sound a little out there at first, but one of the techniques they suggest is, get this, talking to yourself in English.
I gotta admit, when I first read that, I was like, wait, is this a joke? Okay, tell me more.
It's all about practicing without, that performance anxiety. The guide even gives specific examples, like describing what you're doing. I'm making breakfast, or I'm picking out my outfit.
Oh, so it's like building that fluency muscle, but in a safe space, right?
Yeah.
No judgment.
Exactly. And it kind of connects to another interesting tip, labeling things around your house, but in English.
Wait, like putting sticky notes on everything.
Basically. It reminded me of how kids learn languages. My niece, she had all these labels on furniture when she was little.
Oh yeah, it's like turning your house into a giant vocabulary flashcard.
Exactly. It's tapping into that visual learning, passively soaking up new words, like creating your own little English world.
So it's like tricking your brain into learning almost.
Kinda, yeah. But what about, people who want a bit more structure?
Yeah, some good old-fashioned studying.
The guide's got that covered, too. They really emphasize active learning. They're big fans of reading aloud.
Reading aloud. I usually just kind of skim things silently.
Yeah.
What's the advantage there?
Oh, it's totally different. It's about engaging with the language, focusing on pronunciation, really feeling the words, like almost a workout for your mouth and your brain.
So it's more than just reading. It's almost performing in a way.
Yes. And the guide emphasizes clear pronunciation, taking your time. It's like training for a speech, but just for yourself.
I never thought of it that way. Is there, a scientific reason why that works so well?
When you read aloud, you're using different parts of your brain compared to silent reading. It really boosts memory, pronunciation, all that good stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. Like turning reading into a multisensory experience.
Exactly. It's active learning at its best. And speaking of active learning, they also suggest writing, every single day.
Wait, daily writing? That sounds pretty intense. Does it have to be novel-length stuff?
Oh, no. Small steps, they say. A simple journal, maybe, or even just jotting down some thoughts.
So it's more about building the habit rather than the amount you write.
Exactly. They suggest things like even writing emails. Could be to a real person, could be totally made up.
Oh, like a pretend pen pal situation?
Yeah. It's all about reinforcing those grammar rules, building your vocabulary without the pressure of, publishing a masterpiece.
I like that. Small steps. So we've got talking to ourselves, labeling everything, reading dramatically, and now daily writing. I'm already feeling more fluent just thinking about it.
Oh, but there's more. The guide's got some really fun ideas, too, using things you're probably already doing.
Oh, now I'm really intrigued. Spill the beans. What else is in this language learning treasure chest?
Well, let's talk about how to sneak in some English practice with, wait for it, movies and music. Get ready for some serious fun while you learn. It's amazing how we can turn those, lazy TV nights into learning opportunities.
Wait, seriously, tell me more about this TV magic.
Well, the guide recommends watching movies and TV shows in English. Just immerse yourself in the language.
I mean, I already spend way too much time on Netflix.
Yeah.
But how does that actually help with English?
It's about active watching, not just zoning out. Pay attention to how people are speaking, their pronunciation, the flow of conversations.
I shouldn't just be reading the subtitles.
Subtitles can be a good starting point, especially if you choose English ones. But try turning them off for a bit and see how much you can understand.
Ooh, that's a good challenge. What about choosing the right shows? Any recommendations from the guide?
They suggest shows with clear dialogue, not too much slang or complex language, like Friends or The Office are good examples.
Oh, yeah, those are classics. I could totally see how those would be helpful.
Exactly. Start with something you enjoy, something familiar, and it won't even feel like studying.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
What else do they have in the entertainment category?
Well, get ready to sing your heart out because they also recommend singing along to English songs.
Oh, I love this already. Music is my jam. I've heard it can be a good way to learn languages, but how does that work exactly?
Music is like a language learning cheat code. It helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and exposes you to new words and phrases.
But what about all the slang and idioms and songs? Wouldn't that be confusing, especially for beginners?
That's true, some songs can be tricky, but the guide suggests starting with songs that have clear lyrics and universal themes. Like, imagine singing along to John Lennon's Imagine, or the Beatles' Let It Be.
Oh, I love those songs. Learning English and jamming out to classics. Sign me up. Okay, now let's talk tech. What about language learning apps? There are so many out there.
Yeah, it's a whole world of apps. The guide specifically mentions Duolingo, HelloTalk, and BBC Learning English.
Duolingo, I've heard of that one. It's like a game, right?
Exactly, it's super popular. But HelloTalk is really cool too because it connects you with native speakers for language exchange.
Oh, wow. So you could chat with someone who's learning your native language while you practice English. That's amazing. What about BBC Learning English? What's special about that one?
They have tons of resources, all super high quality, like grammar lessons, news articles, all designed for English learners. It's a gold mine for sure.
Wow, so many options. It's incredible how technology has made language learning so accessible. Okay, I have to admit, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with all these amazing techniques. Where do I even start? It feels like a lot.
It's totally understandable. I mean, there's a lot to take in, but the beauty of this guide is that it's all about finding what works best for you. You don't have to do everything at once.
So it's like pick and choose what fits my style.
Exactly. They really emphasize setting realistic goals. Don't aim for fluency overnight. Just focus on making small, consistent progress.
Like learning a few new words every day or practicing speaking for a little bit.
Exactly. Little by little. And don't forget to celebrate those small wins along the way.
That's a good reminder. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see results right away.
Yeah.
Does the guide say anything about staying motivated?
Oh, yeah. They highlight the importance of finding a community, connecting with other learners.
Like a study buddy, but for English.
More like a whole group of study buddies. Think online forums, Facebook groups, places where you can share tips, support each other.
Oh, that's a great idea. It's always more fun to learn with others. Okay, so we've covered so much ground here. Talking to ourselves, singing karaoke, finding online friends, and even watching more TV. I never thought learning English could be this fun.
And there's still more. The guide even gets into some advanced techniques, like something called shadowing.
Shadowing. Okay, I'm all ears. What's that all about?
So basically, you listen to a native speaker, could be a podcast or a news segment, and you try to repeat what they're saying at the same time.
Whoa, that sounds intense, like a real-time voice workout.
It is. It helps you fine-tune your pronunciation, your rhythm, even your intonation.
So it's like mimicking, but with a purpose.
Exactly. It's like having a pronunciation coach right in your ear.
Okay, I am definitely going to try that one. I'm feeling so inspired right now. This guide is like a language learning toolbox packed with all these different techniques.
It really is. It's all about empowering learners, giving them the tools to create their own learning journey.
I love that. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's about finding what clicks for you.
And remember, language learning is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's about enjoying the process, the ups and downs, and celebrating all the small victories along the way.
Exactly. And don't forget, you are not alone on this journey. There's a whole community of learners out there ready to support and cheer you on.
Okay.
So what do you say? Ready to dive in and start practicing?
It really feels like this guide is less about like the mechanics of learning English and more about, cultivating a genuine love for the language.
Yeah, totally. It's about making that personal connection, weaving it into your life, and seeing all the amazing things that, open up because of it.
It's like we've been handed this, master key to unlock a whole new world,
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here, I'm curious, what's the one big takeaway you hope our listeners, really hold on to from all of this?
I think the biggest thing for me is remembering that learning English shouldn't feel like a chore. It can be this natural, enjoyable part of your life.
Yeah, turning those everyday moments into little learning adventures.
Exactly. Instead of it being this separate thing on your to-do list, it becomes something you just do, as part of your hobbies, your routines.
I love that. And it's so important to remember there's no one right way to do this, right?
Absolutely not. The guide really emphasizes that. It's all about exploring these techniques, figuring out what clicks for you, what fits your style.
It's like finding that perfect recipe, but for language learning.
Yeah. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, until you find the perfect blend.
Okay, so before we say goodbye, I'd love to give our listeners a little challenge, a next step they can take.
Ooh, I like that. How about this? Pick one technique from the guide, any technique that really sparked your interest, and commit to trying it out, even just for 15 minutes today.
Oh, I love that. It could be anything, right? Labeling some stuff around the house, watching a quick video with subtitles, even just chatting with yourself in the mirror.
Exactly. The point is to take action, make it real, and start building that habit.
It's a great reminder that even the smallest steps can lead to big changes over time, right?
Totally. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. There's a whole community of people out there learning English, facing the same challenges, celebrating the same victories.
So find your people, connect, share your experiences.
It makes the journey so much more fun and rewarding.
Well said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into practicing English at home. We hope you're leaving here feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to, embrace all the possibilities that come with learning a new language.
Absolutely. Until next time, happy learning, everyone.
Happy learning.